It's been a wee while since we reviewed Daredevil Born Again here on Fog Entertainment, but let me paint you a picture. My tag team partner, he's in the hospital, alright? So, we did watch this episode together, but you know what? To speed through the workload here on Fog Entertainment, I'm going to review it myself. Excessive Force, this one was called, and let's dive into it. So, yeah, we're riding solo for this review, but after this, every review should be together. But we begin the episode. Matt Murdock, he's got a weird prayer system going on here for Foggy. And then he bumps into his girlfriend who's like, "Oh, I should write on vigilantes. You could maybe set me up with the Punisher and he could cut a promo for me." No, it appears that it's not going down that road. We then cut to Johnny Santini, who goes to Fisk's office. Now, the Eagle Eye will remember this guy from episode 5 where he was a hostage. But he goes to Fisk's office and he essentially, he rattles on, then he essentially reveals that these murals that have been going around New York City are actually blood, special paint, and epoxy mixture makes them nearly impossible to take down. And now it looks like we've got a serial killer on our hands because it turns out that this guy is a villain with bloody eyes and like a white apron and like a white mask, and he's responsible for over 60 disappearances in New York. So, holy shit, we got a serial killer. We got a serial killer on the loose. We then cut to Hector Alala's niece, who is like 12 years old. She tries to tell Murdoch this information. He's like, "You know what? Can't really help you. Let's just let the police do their job." And then she's like, "Well, I'm going to investigate on my own." Immediate red flags here. It's like Murdoch is blind, right? But he's a fucking superhero. He feels a wee bit responsible for Hector's death. A wee bit. You can sense that. But here he is, just letting this like 12-year-old go out into the fucking sewers of New York City to investigate a serial killer who's responsible for 60 people going missing. I mean, come on, Daredevil, son. That's uh, that's pretty piss poor, isn't it? Bloody sending him out, sending her out there, not without even bringing her back or anything, which is pretty mental. We then cut to Mayor Fisk. One of the gangs in his syndicate are acting out, and he basically ups the ante here and makes a demand for more money. Basically scolds him about the bank robbery to a degree, but after this, he then goes a bit ballistic. He then creates a task force of malicious cops, dirty cops, cops that are willing to go the extra mile to get justice. He says there'll be no rules, no body wearing cameras. You'll be given heavy weapons to snuff out the city's vigilantes. But it's weird because he's talking about like it would almost be like a good guy move if it was just to hunt this serial killer, but it's hinting at the fact that he wants all vigilantes wiped out. Um, so these guys are pretty much announced as his own secret police unit. It's like the SS from back in World War II kind of thing floating about for this guy. But another crazy scenario is now I don't know if this is true. I could literally Google it, but apparently the guy in Full Metal Jacket or Mayhem, whatever that movie's called, the movie about Vietnam, is Fisk, the guy that shoots himself and the drill sergeant. The more you know, huh? To me, that's absolutely crazy. The episode then ends with the Kingpin throwing an axe down by his wife's former lover's feet, and it's like, by God, what is going on here? So essentially, we get like an intertwined scene where Fisk gives his wife's lover an axe. He's like, "You know what? Me and you are going to fight, but I'm going to give you a fight. I'm going to give you a real fight. I'm going to give you a real chance. I'm going to give you this axe." And then he just basically batters the fuck out of this Adam guy. And this is mirrored with Daredevil as he manages to rescue Hector Ayala, but his niece, because of course she was going to end up getting kidnapped. So Daredevil goes down to the depths of not hell, but New York City, the depths of New York City, the subway tunnels. It's the first time he's put the suit on since Foggy's death, but obviously this guy is siphoning her blood, and I don't like this. As someone who spent the last couple of days in hospitals, This turns me. I don't like people getting blood took out them, man. Honestly, people getting limbs, heads, eyes gouged out doesn't turn me. But see blood getting drained out your system, I don't know, man. It doesn't do a good thing for me. Absolutely not. But yeah, two fight scenes here. I mean, I think the one between Moose and Murdoch lasts a wee bit too long. But yeah, like I said, you get these essential mirrored fight scenes here. Um, and Daredevil, he saves Hector Yalo's niece, but Moose manages to escape. Um, Now, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Now, it looks like Adam's definitely dead. Killing blow to Adam's cranium, kind of showing the difference between Fisk and Daredevil here about who's killing and who's taking lives. But I guess, I'm fairly positive that Adam's dead here. I mean, it doesn't really look like there's going to be any form of way back for him, to be honest. But hopefully, Hector Yala's niece is all right. But I like the fact that this Moose character is going to last a few more episodes because I just don't. I wouldn't have really have seen a purpose, folks, for Fisk to build this task force of like dirty, corrupt cops to hunt this guy down for him just to get caught pretty much immediately. So yeah, absolutely absolutely the correct decision for this guy to survive Daredevil. But again, on this channel, I'm not the biggest fan of superheroes and all this stuff and the fight scenes, but I do think this show's been pretty decent. You know what I mean? I think it's done some stuff really well. So hopefully, going forward, it can continue this. But I will give episode 6 of Daredevil. What will I give it? I will give it I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Make sure you check out the other reviews. I think the last episode was really good with the bank robbery. Absolutely, it was some good shit, pal. Absolutely, some good shit. But yeah, that's what we'll do it, guys. We'll get a 7 out of 10. Good episode. Be back soon with the rest of the season, and hopefully my tag team partner will be back with me. But yeah, there's loads of stuff. Ranking videos, Sons of Anarchy, all that stuff here. You love to see it. Sopranos, Walking Dead, and what else? I might watch Mobland. Don't know if anybody's seen it, but I just don't really care for British TV dramas, man. What about the Americans? The Americans know how to deliver, but anyway, I think I've rattled on here a wee bit too long. 7 out of 10, and that is us signing out for Excessive Force, episode 7 and 8. Don't know how many. Actually, don't know how many episodes are in this season. To be honest, I'll have to wait and see.